From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us on your MTN Statewide News this Thursday. I'm Jeanelle Slade. Well, Congresswoman Deb Haaland is now one step closer to confirmation to become the next Interior Secretary. With an 11-9 vote, the Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee advanced her nomination this morning. Now, if confirmed, Haaland would be the first Native American to lead the Interior Department that oversees 500 million acres of federal lands that include 62 national parks. Her nomination has also received support from Republican Senator Susan Collins and Energy Committee Chair Joe Manchin, a moderate Democrat. The new COVID relief package the Senate will discuss today remains split along party lines. Democrats want to use the budget reconciliation process to get the legislation passed. It's a set of rules that limit the amount of time allowed for debate to 20 hours. A Republican senator suggested he might ask for the 600-plus page bill to be read in chambers, which would add at least another 10 hours to the process. In an effort to make the proposed legislation more bipartisan, Democrats have agreed to tighten limits on stimulus payments. In the past, the eligibility cutoff was a $100,000 salary. Under the new agreement, people who make $80,000 or more would not get a check at all. People making $75,000 or less would still be eligible for the full stimulus payment. An estimated 17 million fewer Americans would get a check under the new agreement. And an update on a story we brought you earlier this week. Helena police say they are looking for at least 5 people suspected of racist vandalism at Capitol High School. Last Thursday morning, staff arrived at the school to find 2 sets of doors spray painted 2020 BLDM and the word "don't" in parentheses below. Police Chief Steve Hagan told MTN his department is taking the matter very seriously. Helena police say the incident was captured on video just after midnight and estimates the damage at more than $1,500. Anyone with additional information about that situation is asked to contact the school resource officer or Helena Crime Stoppers. People who provide tips may be eligible for a reward. Well, a person who allegedly tried to ram a vehicle into a Montana Highway Patrol car in Lake County was shot Tuesday. Authorities report shortly after 10 p.m. a Montana Highway Patrol trooper tried to make a traffic stop in the Ronan area. The suspect began driving away from the traffic stop, and after the trooper unsuccessfully tried to stop the suspect's vehicle, the suspect tried to ram the trooper's vehicle and another vehicle. The trooper fired shots at the suspect, who sustained minor injuries and was arrested and then treated. No law enforcement officers were injured in the situation. The suspect faces criminal endangerment and felony DUI charges. Well, after a decade of serving the county, Missoula Municipal Court Judge Kathleen Jenks is retiring. Judge Jenks plans to retire at the end of her term, December 31st. She has served for 10 years and has been elected twice. She says she's proud of all the changes she's seen in the courtroom, from updating the sentencing process to digitizing records and virtually going paperless. She is thankful for the community's trust and recounts one of her favorite memories.
The first time I was sworn in, and Judge McLean swore me in as judge and said a few words afterwards that about always remembering that the people who are in front of us are, somebody's family member, and it could be our family members, they could be us, and they should be treated with respect. I've really tried to do that.
And Jenks will serve until her term ends in December. She's announcing the decision early, she says, so other candidates have a chance to file and run for the position. Well, health officials in Butte report a steady stream of people getting their COVID-19 vaccinations and believe the county is moving ahead in its goal to get everyone vaccinated. MTN's John Amy reports.
Butte Silverbow's current success at being one of the leading counties in the state in administering vaccinations is credited to the camaraderie of the community.
Butte is a great community, and we take care of our own. I had someone say to me today, well, we have to take care of everyone, because who are we going to fight and argue with if they're gone?
Butte has vaccinated more than 11,000 people since December. It's averaged about 380 doses per 1,000 people, making it one of the highest in the state. Health officials also give credit to having the Butte Civic Center available each week. Also, they recently started a ticketing system that gets people registered in advance for each clinic, which greatly helps an organization.
If we have 1,000 shots and we have to roll 1,000 people through the Civic Center in a day, there's a lot to think about. We have to make sure that we are paying close attention to infection control. Making sure people are distanced, wiping down chairs in between when someone has sat down. So we want them in and we want them out so that everyone stays safe.
The Butte Health Department says that the best advice to putting together a successful vaccination clinic is to get a team of dedicated volunteers.
We have volunteers every day calling, what can I do, how can I help? And they're here every week. Whether the weather's cold, the snow is bad, no matter what's happening, our volunteers are here and they're very committed. We're very lucky for that.
Butte is now getting ready to move into the next phase of vaccinating those 60 years old and older. In Butte, John Amy, MTN News.
All right, thanks so much, John. Now, a Butte school nurse was recently recognized as School Nurse of the Year from the Montana Association of School Nurses. Katie Yates has worked in the Butte school system for 11 years and works for Hillcrest and Margaret Leary Elementary Schools. She says it is a great honor to be recognized for a job that she loves to do.
Just going to keep caring for students and staff. I love my job. I love what I get to do. I love that I get to combine the importance of education and keep kids healthy and safe at school.
And Yates was nominated for this award by her peers. Well, the Lewis and Clark Library, with branch locations in Lincoln, Augusta, and Helena, is now offering laptops and mobile hotspots for checkout. The Montana State Library used Technology Act funding to provide each branch with 2 kits. The laptop and hotspot combination kits can be checked out for up to 14 days. Now, the goal is to provide resources to those with no or limited internet access. The Lewis and Clark Library hopes to expand this service in the future. Up next on your MTN Noon News, they prove deadly every year on ski hills. We take a closer look at tree wells to help you avoid these tree traps. But first, meteorologist Miller Robson is in next with your statewide weather forecast. Don't go away.